light. I'm feeling high, my little lady. I'm gonna take it to the other side. You know I used to smoke too much. You you can get me high, high, high. You know I used to smoke too much, and you know I used to drink too much. Get right in my car, and we're gonna get real. Oh, I'm feeling good, my little lady. She's gonna take me to the other side. I'm feeling nice, my little lady. She's gonna keep me moving on. I'm gonna roll till I drop to the break of dawn. Never gonna stop, she's gonna treat me right. I'm feeling good, my little lady. She's gonna take me to the other side. You know I used to smoke too much, and you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and you can get me high, high, high. You know I used to smoke too much, and you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and we're gonna get real. Come on, baby. Let's take a ride. I don't know where we're gonna go, but first, let's dance. You know I used to smoke too much, and you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and you can get me high, high, high. You know I used to smoke too much, and you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and we're gonna get real. Oh. I'm feeling high, my little lady. I'm gonna take it to the other side. I'm feeling strong, my little lady. I'm gonna keep her moving on. I'm gonna run till I drop to the break of dawn.
Giottos is so good. These chocolates are what? Chocolates. We're here about astrophotography. What are we doing? Wrong video. Whoops.
What have I done? Ooh, what have you seen? Early at night, got in the fight, in the candlelight, looking through the screen. Now what have I done? What have you seen? You know there's no picture in love when a person has come in between. Jamie's gone, Jamie's gone. Can't look back, and now he feels What have you seen? There was nothing to say, took her away, and I feel the pain, made love in vain. Oh, oh, what have I done? What have you seen? She knows there's no future in love when a person has come in between. Jamie's gone, Jamie's gone. Can't look back, and now he feels so strong. Jamie's gone, Jamie's gone. Left last night, and now it seems so long. Ooh. You can hear these words I say when you're a million miles away. Yeah. Jamie's gone, Jamie's gone. Can't look back, and now he feels so strong. Jamie's gone, Jamie's gone. Left last night, and now it seems so long. Jamie, come on, Jamie, yeah. And now you feel so strong. Jamie, come on, Jamie, yeah. Left last night, and now it seems so long.
What the hell's wrong with my telescope now? Damn, what's wrong with this thing?
The lost Lone Ranger, can I break this spell? Do one thing right, do I make two things wrong? If I want to stand my line, I will always take the ball. If I don't do left, I can live from the right. I sleep all day long, and I'm pretty down through the night. I've seen a lot of bankers, and I've seen a lot of cops. I've seen a lot of lawyers pull out all of the stops. I've seen a lot of children with their parents in their hands. I've felt a lot of women who refuse to understand. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South LA. The muggers and the government They're all wanting the same thing. They take you for your money, I'm with every spring. And I don't think I understand why we're making such fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. Making such fuss, and I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. 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 It's gotta mean something. It's gotta. All right. Where did my color go? Got your head in the sand. You can't be in control, using a powerful hand. I wanna be you, I wanna see you. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to tell me, don't try to say it's too late. You're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hide a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue, yeah. All right. Cat learns to ring a bell. Rat gets free from the maze. We can be taught to love. We've got to learn a new way. I wanna see you, I wanna be you. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to tell me, don't try to say it's too late. You're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shadows. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue.
I wanna see, don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late, late. Push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hiding in the color, it's black and white and blue. Yeah, black and white and blue. You're gone black and white on the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hiding in the color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue. Another man come around today, gonna mess with my dream, gonna take it all away. Take it all away. I'm just a boy with nothing to lose, got my head in the news, got a bad attitude, yeah. Take it all away. So I play guitar. Another woman come around today, she wanna slice up my pie, she gonna try to lock me all the way. Lock me all the way. I'm just a boy with nothing to lose, got my head in the news, got my bad attitude, yeah. I don't care, 'cause I got nothing to lose. I don't care, 'cause I won't let them bring me down.
So it's a wonderful night tonight. It's really good. You know, cloudy nights and not cloudy nights, but clear dark sky and you know, was it clear outside? Says it's going to be a wonderful night tonight. I mean, tonight, last night was wonderful. Tomorrow's supposed to be great. So I think I'm going to leave my telescope out all night, and it's going to be a really nice night tonight. So I'm hoping to get some really good shots. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody! Another Wednesday again today. We be here again. Look at Dave doing the rock and roll, and you know, I think that's a gang sign. I don't know what
it is. Yo, man, don't be doing that. Don't be doing that, man.
Oh, you're not in Chicago no more, so you're okay.
Telling you, man.
They're gonna come after you. What's up, people?
Mm-hmm.
How's it going?
What's up?
We got our first guest in a long time. I mean, not so long. We had who? We had Tom McCrory. We had who did we have last before that? I can't remember the last guest before that. Who is that?
Oh, I mean, we've had Sue on from Dwarf.
Oh, Sue from Dwarf. That's right. 2 weeks ago.
Dwarf just last week.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened. I swear to God, I don't know what happened to the video.
It had to record it.
Gone.
Check your Zoom. Gone. You had it recorded. I heard it say this meeting is being recorded. So check your Zoom file. And if you have it, let me know. I'll dump it on the site. But it should have been.
It was funny. She sent me a text. She's like, "What happened to the video? It disappeared."
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll have to. Well, that means we'll just have to do it again.
to do it again.
To do it again.
So,
We've been fortunate, you know. A bunch of us old ugly farts. You know, we've been having these pretty young girls on lately. It's been nice.
God, what is wrong with you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Speak for
Please forgive
yourself.
us. Please forgive us. Really though.
Yeah. So tonight we have Sarah Mask come on. Sarah's been
Young
on
ladies.
now twice. This is her second time. She was on Astropalooza. We actually had an accident with her on Astropalooza, but we're gonna make it up right now. So let's get her in here real quick, and there we go.
There she is.
There you go.
Oh, hello.
How's it going,
Hey.
everybody? And we'll get that out of
Amazing.
there. There you go. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really stoked
Try
to be
not
here.
to kick you off tonight.
Right?
I came prepared this time. I with myself emotionally.
I know.
It's not personal if it happens. Unlike last time, I was sitting there and I was just like, what did I say? I was like, I know I often say something that can be offensive, but I don't know if I said anything offensive that last time.
No,
I'm just kidding.
it was not you.
No,
And
you pretty much had us all on the edge of your seats with your presentation.
I know. I was waiting for the end
What
for the Q&A, and then Carlos
Yeah,
came
and then
on
boom.
from Reach for the Stars. And he was like,
He's like, hey, everybody, how's everybody doing? We're like, wait a minute.
and I guess I got to take part of the blame for that because usually I stagger the login numbers right, and I guess I just missed that one, and I have so many numbers. I have like 9 different numbers that I have so that people could call in on, and I guess for whatever reason, the person that was coming in after you, I gave them the same exact number, and I usually give them a different number, and I got to take the blame on that one. So
Yeah. That'll definitely get you kicked off.
yeah, it was all me. It was all me.
You know, there's a lot of numbers to try to keep straight amongst everything else you have going on. So, you know,
No kidding.
I didn't even know what happened because I didn't have the feed going on my end of YouTube or something like that. And so I was just like, oh, I thought it was my internet because the router was downstairs, and I was like, it was probably my fault.
Nope.
But yeah, it's all good.
Definitely not your fault.
No, it was Dan.
was
Always
me.
Dan.
Making up for it tonight.
Even if it is you, Sarah, just accept it's always Dan.
Man,
Oh.
yeah, I should have been using that a long time ago. It would
I
help
know.
a lot with my guilt and shame.
I'm telling you,
Awesome.
it would have been so much easier. Since December, I've been dealing with this. So,
Oh my gosh.
Just
That's
keep telling
awesome.
yourself IDF.
It's
Dan's fault.
oh, it's Dan's fault. I'm gonna make that a shirt.
Dan's fault.
Yeah, bracelets. I mean, it could extend your whole merchandise.
Yeah,
See,
yeah. When you shop at
there it
AstroWorld
is.
Telescope, it's always IDF, and on the back it says it's Dan's fault.
See? I'll take my 20%.
Very
now.
brandable.
There you go.
Oh gosh.
There you go.
Oh gosh.
Anyway,
So anyway, it is awesome to have you back on, Sarah. It is, it's been a while. We wanted to definitely get you back on so we can catch up, see what's going on. So yeah, I mean, first off, I guess because you were telling us in the green room, you've moved. I would say you've gotten into better border skies. So tell me us a little bit about that. What was the switch, from what to what?
Yeah, well, I was like, living the life with the 7-8 Bortle right next door to downtown Denver, but I was like, let's go for a Bortle 6, just to see how that goes. So yeah, we moved into a much bigger house. I mean, not like super massive, but compared to our last house, we were just like living. My husband's a musician also, and between the two of us, we just had boxes and gear everywhere. So it was time. So now we moved, to a Bortle 6, but it's like a nice Bortle 6. You know how there's like a range even within just like what a 6 or a 3 or a 4 is. It's like on the nicer end, and I mean, it's no complaints so far. I can. So that helps.
so
but-
let me going from the same type of thing because I'm moving well. So we got 4 people that have moved. I think in the past 2 years. Scott moved to Florida.
4 years
Eric.
ago.
Okay.
Eric moved to Georgia. I'm
Mhm.
staying in New York, but I'm going on the North Shore of Long Island as opposed to north and east. I'm going away. So, what's the difference that you're seeing the most of? Because that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm going from an 8+, 8.5. It's like, if I remember right, the last sky quality meter I took was a 17.8 in my skies at the
Ooh.
worst. At the worst.
Ooh.
Mm.
So how long have you been in your new location?
Since April, basically, and the skies were not good at all during the spring. And then we were traveling, and then basically I got some imaging in June, um,
Mhm.
which has been pretty nice. But like even then, that's when we were getting out of galaxy season, so I was just trying my best to get, the early risers of Cygnus and Cepheus, because in my old house, I could only see the west and the southwest from my house because it was like a townhouse, so I couldn't see anything from the north or northeast. So I was always like on the back end. Everyone was like posting to Astrobin like all these early risers of like everything on the east, and then it would take me like all season just to get to like
Yeah.
the horse head, for example. It would be like everyone's already like published all their horse heads, and I'm just like just getting to it at the end of like I don't know, at the end of the season. But yeah, so the data is much cleaner, I guess. But I think I'm just so used to intense skies that I just appreciate anything. I mean, and I haven't imaged a ton in Bortle ones, so I guess I've almost kind of saved myself in that way, that I just don't have too much to compare to, which is kind of sad. But yeah, I think, imaging in kind of lame skies definitely teaches you how to be a better astrophotographer.
I would
But-
agree. Well,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
would
Yeah.
too. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've never
Mhm.
imaged in Portal One.
I got lucky. I've been to the Nebraska Star Party, and I took an hour and a half of the Seahorse, and it came out great. so in an hour and a half. So and that was with what was that, the FRA 400? So what was that, f5.6, if I remember right?
Something like that.
Yeah. So I mean, it came out. I thought, I love it. Could I do better if I got more data? Yeah, but I wanted to get a couple of objects, and I was only there for 2 nights, so I didn't have a lot of time. But and they said that the skies weren't even great. They said there was some high clouds that had some water that was reflecting the moonlight. That when the moon came up, it's just it got to Portal 2. They said it got there, but yeah,
rough.
so
Oh,
I know
You got through
horrible.
it.
Yeah, I got
You
through
got
it.
through
I
it,
got, I
though.
got through it. Yeah, it was
Okay.
okay.
Rough.
But
You recovered.
I'm just looking
Oh,
forward
it's
to
Dan.
getting to, I have never, except for when I moved to Savannah, and I wasn't doing any astrophotography at that time. That was the only time where I had any skies less than Portal 8 where I lived. I've always lived in New York, and it's horrible.
Yeah. So
I
you don't
mean,
know what you're gonna.
you gotta
you,
commend
you
your-
just don't know. Go ahead, Sarah.
Oh no, I was just saying I commend that you've just stuck through it, though.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it
So
sucks.
does this mean that
It's-
you'll finally do some this thing? So you'll basically be able to do some LRGB.
I should
maybe
be.
on
I should be
some
able to,
bright, on some decent, surface brightness type objects, you'll be able
Yeah.
to do some LRGB.
Yeah, I should be able to get that, and anything I can't
I
get,
do
I'll
it here
get.
in Bortle 7. As long as
Yeah.
the moon's really kill.
Yeah,
As long as I'm shooting high enough in the sky.
yeah.
Not back towards the
No, it's
those
definitely,
are the keys.
yeah, it's definitely tough to do imaging. LRGB. I at one point I did 1,200. I think it was 1,200 30-second subs of the Andromeda Galaxy just to see if I could do it.
Yeah.
No particular reason, no rhyme, no why, no. I did 30 seconds. I crashed Pix Insight.
Yeah, with all those subs.
I
bet
I
you
had to
would.
change the integration settings so it would stack all the rows that it would go. It won't. I crashed it on my regular settings. It wouldn't even stack it.
Because you had so many subframes.
I had so many subs. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have
I
a couple
believe it.
questions here.
Yeah.
For Sarah. First off, from Sherry. Sherry was asking, "Do you have a YouTube channel?" And the answer is absolutely yes.
Oh,
Do you
dude,
want to talk
yeah.
about what you? Yes, yeah. So why don't you talk a little bit about Astromath's at Sarah's Math Astro, and I'm right, and how things are going with it so far.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I have a YouTube channel, just like you said, Sarah Maths Astro. The maths part is confusing because it sounds like I do math, but it's just my last name, and I like British humor, so it just kind of worked out that way. But yeah, it's mostly I just do I started off mostly doing like reviews and like how-to videos for beginners. But I've always been really interested in like the science of not only just telescopes and astronomy in general, but just pretty much anything science. So I've been also focusing more on science as well in general. So yeah, it's kind of if you want to know what's going on in the sky each month, like that's my channel. But I also have some reviews coming up and some more how-to videos. But that's basically covers it.
Yeah. How long have you been doing YouTube, and how long have you had your channels?
Oh yeah, since June of 2022, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
a little bit.
you have a pretty good following, for your program.
Yeah, no, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, I don't get as much imaging in, or I don't get to finish images as much because I'm usually like editing videos and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I think you learn a lot by teaching other people, and I think that really helped me in my own understanding of astrophotography because I'm like, okay, how do I make something at least easily digestible? Like even a very complex topic. I mean, like if it was super complex to me, I'm like, how do I even actually break this down so that it makes sense to me so that I can like translate this to somebody else? And obviously there's so many different types of people out there and they learn differently. And so you have to kind of like learn how to adjust your own style and try to like anticipate, like, are these people beginners or are they like more advanced, or is it kind of like a wide range? And it's a unique perspective, but it's been very helpful and it's been a lot of fun. And obviously I met some just wonderful people such as yourselves, and yeah, just grateful for the community. I mean, not to put you on the spot there, but yeah. So that's basically
awesome.
my story.
So right now, also, Wilfredo was asking, are you working on any projects right now as far as astrophotography or any, and I also want to know, for me, if you want to share it with our audience here, like, what are you, as far as your rigs, what are you rocking, because I see so many of your reviews, but what are you yourself, what are your personal rigs? What do you usually use?
Yeah, so in terms of projects, I've been working on a project in Cepheus or Cepheus. Cygnus. So it's like amazing like how much data I've had to throw out, unfortunately, just because like things get messed up, or one night will just be totally crappy, and I'm just like, I don't even want to include that data set in the rest of everything. But I'm really trying to get to like 100 hours, which we'll see how long I can actually hold off without just finishing editing this instead. So that's the only project I'm really working on, other than just like I've moved, like I said, so I set up a studio with all my Astro gear. So I finally like have things in a way that is logical and accessible. So that was a project. But in terms of like my gear that I typically use, I really love the ASCAR V. I started off with a William Optics 770 millimeter telescope, but I've really been loving ASCAR scopes as well. The 103 is really nice, and I typically will use like the AM5 or AM3 with either of those that I mentioned before. But yeah, I started mostly with the ASA Air, but I started getting into Nina a little bit more. But that's basically the setup I use. The setups I use, nothing too crazy.
As far as to run for Nina? What are you using to run Nina? Do you use a laptop or do you use you have a Pegasus, not a Pegasus, but an Eagle,
or a
what do
Melee
you
or
use
something
there?
like that.
Melee. How do you run it?
Yeah, yeah, I have a Melee Quieter 3, and then I also have the Pegasus Astro Power Box, which just to route everything pretty well. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing too crazy. I do have an SCT, like I have an Edge HD, but I haven't done a ton of work with it in recent years. So I've been really wanting to get back into doing more lunar and eventually planetary. So yeah, but I need I need a much bigger mount because the biggest mount that I have is an EQ6R Pro. And it does okay. At my old house, it was horrible because I was on a balcony, and as you can imagine, and there was a train with like two highways running, and it was just like it was hilariously trying, especially yeah, it was just like it was just like how can I like make myself feel worse? And I was like, oh, I'll do that, and that's what I would do. But
They haven't made the
yeah.
anti-vibration pads to handle that.
No.
Not yeah, and yeah, they haven't,
No.
and so I'm gonna bust out that rig here with solid ground and see how that works out. But yeah,
So what
Nice.
size
What
is
mount
your
are you
rig?
going to go with?
What size is your rig?
sorry,
What for the
the 11?
the 11, the C11? What
11.
mount are you going to go with?
I mean, I would love like a sweet like Rainbow Astro strain wave mounter, but I know I'm really gonna
That's
just
what
try
I
to
do.
see if the
I have an
EQ6
RS6
Pro
mounted,
works.
yeah.
The
Do you?
EQ6 will work.
Yeah.
EQ6 will work. Trust me.
Okay.
I load
Yeah.
mine up like I mean, I have an Explore Scientific 127 that I put. It's got a moonlight, focuser on it. It's
Oh,
got the
beefy.
the big one,
The
like a
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler. It's
Mhm.
got
Yeah, it's big.
I've got an Eagle on top of it. It's got everything. It weighs a ton, and I get incredible guide
There you go.
with that EQ.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
gotta
It
echo
Amazing.
that. I had my EQ6R and I put everything on. I think my whole rig, if I remember, was like 41, 42 pounds.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm
And
close to that.
and I got awesome guiding on it. That the
I have found
EQ6R
the
is such a
EQ6.
workhorse.
I found that with that EQ6, it guides better with that heavy
More
load
weight. Yep, I agree.
than it does with my GT81. I mean, it just seems like the heavier the load, the better it does.
Better it
It
does.
likes it's a workhorse.
How many counterweights are you using?
3,
I
With
think
the
3.
heaviest load?
Yeah.
3? Okay, yeah.
3,
That's
and with
good.
the 127, I have to put the extension.
The extension, right?
Yeah.
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 So, but it
It's
balances
really
out
unnerving when you-
beautifully, and as long as you have good balance on it, it doesn't care.
Yep.
It just rolls.
It's
Yeah,
really
I've had no
unnerving
issues
when
with
you.
my
Go ahead.
It works really well.
Go ahead, Sarah.
Oh no, I was just gonna echo your sentiments in terms of I mean, other than just being on a super wobbly back or
Patio,
deck
yeah.
with like a huge patio basically. No, I've had no issues with my EQ6R Pro. Like I love that thing, and I just will drag it around, confidently with love. I'll struggle, but yeah, I love that thing.
That's the downside with that mount. It is heavy.
Yeah. It's a beast.
Hey,
Mine's permanently outdoors. I never bring it in. I just cover it up.
yeah,
So
If I'm going to get bad winds and stuff like that, or a bad storm, I just take the telescope off it. I just cover up the mount and go, good luck knocking this over. Because it's not going to happen.
So
Have you
you were
thought, Sarah,
saying, Sarah,
about
that
putting
you
on a pier?
I would love to. Yeah, I mean that'd be great. I
Now
think
that you have a house.
Yeah, now you have solid ground.
Yeah, I think I probably will. We were trying to figure out like what we wanted to do with our backyard because we were like, do we want to just keep watering this grass? And neither of us wanted to do that or mow it.
You'll get sprinklers. Don't worry, it'll be fine.
yeah, just so we were just trying to figure out what we wanted to do. So I think, yeah, I definitely want to do a pier, and yeah, it just makes the most sense because I don't want to lug that thing out, and then it
Do
would
a
just be
roll-off.
great because if yeah, I would love to do a roll off.
You can have Nico come down and help you build your roll-off.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I can mission him. Like, just come on over, please. You know, but we'll see. I have so many just so many things to do with this house in a good way, but you guys probably get it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
The projects, they never end in a house. They never
No.
end. There's always something you want to do better or something you want to change because it's your house. It's your vision. It's just like Astro. It's just like making your awesome image. You're gonna make your awesome house. It's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some blood, sweat, and tears, but you'll get there. It'll be fine.
Totally, yeah. Yeah, that's why I love Astro. It's a constant learning
Yep.
experience. You just, no matter how beginner or how how much you learn about one thing, there's just so much more to learn and practice on, and yeah, it's just a ton of fun that way.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, and you say you're really into the science. I've gotten really into the science. There's a lot of people out there now really into the science. You follow, is it Astro Alexandra? Seen her?
Yeah,
She's
actually,
brilliant. She's brilliant. What she contributes to everything, the way she puts the science behind everything, really awesome.
yeah, I totally agree. I love her. I actually met her last year at a conference, and I just happened to run into her, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I know who you are. Yeah, she's great though. She's really cool.
God, did you have something you wanted to?
I was
say? 'Cause I'm
just
sorry, I interrupted you.
Sarah, you'd mentioned that you were considering a strainwave mount. Have you ever used them?
Yeah, I have two AM5s and then an AM3, but yeah, I would love a beefier one. Just like I was saying, like you have like an RST or yeah, but we'll see.
I've got the 300.
The 300, and you like it?
Yeah. Yeah. To give you an idea, with the 11, you could load down the 11 with every single piece of equipment that you could think of, and that RST 300 would operate it with no weights.
Yeah, that's pretty great. Yeah, that's
my 14. I've got that thing loaded, and it's right around 80 pounds fully loaded, and I use a couple of counterweights on a short shaft, and it's plenty.
even so that's like you're saying fully loaded for like all deep sky too. So like fully
Oh
guided,
yeah,
not
I have
nice.
I keep the back of the rig fully loaded with my image train for the back of the rig, and I'll put the Hyperstar up front, and when I do that, I easily go over 80 pounds. That mount, I regularly get 0.5 0.4 guiding with it. Yeah, there's a reason it costs what it costs. It's a freaking awesome mount.
I was like, the cost definitely seems like it means something, which is cool. I mean it's definitely on the wish list, that's for sure. If anyone was wanting to give one away,
Yeah.
Give one away in the interest of science.
Right?
Yeah, in the interest of science.
Exactly.
Please give me a rainbow.
Yes.
I would.
I'd like
I
a
love
rainbow,
rainbows.
Astro 300. I love them.
I love
some
rainbows.
more.
Send them my way.
Oh God. I you know what I gotta say, I love my it's not a strain wave, but I love my EQ8R. I think it's
That's
such
an awesome
a
mount.
I love my
Yeah, that's
EQ8R.
That is a beast of a mount.
Yeah, well
That was
that's
on my
why it
list,
stays
too.
on a pier, right? So I don't move that thing. That thing hasn't moved in 5 years.
It doesn't want to be moved.
No,
Just like I'm staying
it,
put.
it ain't moving ever. Well, it is moving now just because I'm moving, but that's the only reason why it's moving. But my Nix 101, I love it. I love my Pegasus, and that's been great. That's 44 pounds without a counterweight, 60 something width.
Yep.
you know.
So, I'm curious about something, Dan. Did the people that bought your house, did they ask what that concrete pier is out back?
Oh yeah, I showed them what it was. Yeah, they loved
Okay.
it. They loved it. Good luck breaking the I have an 18
Concrete block up.
I have an 18-inch concrete block that it's on that lifts it up over the fence. So I'm not breaking that thing down. They can break it down themselves. But
Yeah, let them bring the jackhammers in.
although I do have like one of those those Rubbermaid like shed, the low plastic shed with that the ceiling pushes back and the doors open up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It almost looks like a mini roll off.
Yeah, it's a mini, and some
But
people
it's
actually
plastic.
use them. What's his name? Use it. What's his name? He's spaced out. He was on the show
You're
like
gonna
4
look- yeah.
times. I don't know,
Yeah.
but he has one that he uses it for a roll off in Texas, and Alan Mitchell.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I knew it sounded familiar. I love Alan.
Yeah, Alan Mitchell. Yeah, he's been on the show like 3 or 4 times. He's a great guy. He's hilarious. As a matter of fact, if you watch some of his videos, he does like these little AstroWorld Easter eggs in his videos. Like in the background, it'll be us talking in the background, and just just for fun. I was like, oh, that's cool. It's us. Anyway, I have one in the backyard that like has lawn stuff in it, and it was closed when they came for the open house, right? And the second time they come around, she's like, the girl was like, "Oh, how much did you pay for the jacuzzi?"
Mhm.
No.
So I was like, "What?" the jacuzzi, because it looks like a jacuzzi. It's wrapped around, and but you don't want to go jacuzzi in there. That's a shed.
No.
So I said, I hope it doesn't break the deal. but yeah, so
Just put like a little kiddie pool in there.
yeah, there you go. Put some water in there, put a kiddie pool in there.
Yeah, just be like, there it is.
There's your jacuzzi. It doesn't get warm though. Unbelievable. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Have you done any deep sky imaging with your 11?
I have tried doing the Helix Nebula, but again, yeah, it was just way. Even with like super short exposures, it was just like I could have probably. I think I salvaged like maybe a quarter of the subs, but yeah, other than that, I just kind of was like, no.
Was it a guiding
I
problem?
want to though. No, it was just because it was on the balcony. That's pretty much all.
It's
Like my old house was on a balcony, literally by 2 train tracks, like a huge, like a commuter type of train, but then also like freights, like where they like send like coal, and then there's
like
a highway.
20-minute train ride going across.
Yeah, no, seriously, my house would shake, and it was like a townhouse complex. Like that's when the brakes would hit, like the clunking of like all of the trains like would just, or like the cabs would just like and it would just shake the house. So like to give you kind of an idea, it was pretty crazy. And then you might be asking yourself, why didn't I ever take it somewhere? And I did, and that's when I could get somewhat decent of a setup. But at that point I didn't really understand like needing a different guide scope. I was kind of young and naive, and now I like understand like flexure and all this other stuff. But so yeah.
Okay.
I'm excited to try things out.
Here, let me show you this.
So you say you use the Ask RV a lot. That's your main one. So that's like the scope that's like 4 different scopes in one, right?
Well, you got the 80 and the 60, and then the reducer.
That's kind of cool. That scope always intrigued me. You have so many different configurations.
Yeah, it's really nice. I mean, at first I was kind of like, oh, I'll probably just pick one setup and that's it, or one configuration. But like I surprisingly do use probably all of the different focal length and focal ratios, especially when I'm like going on a trip and I'm just like, crap, like maybe I want to do this target or this torno. I'm not totally sure yet, so I just bring that and I call it a day.
That's sweet,
There's the 11. So here's my 11.
Oh yeah,
look at that.
So here, yeah, and I've got this, everybody's talking about my cable management. So here, if I can reach back here. So let's see. Excuse, yeah.
Oh
Here
my
we go.
goodness.
Walking back here.
Earthquake.
And behind the green screen. Earthquake. So here we go.
He uses the same guide scope that I do.
Yeah. So
50?
we've got the William Optics guide star here. So and you know, when you were talking about flexure and everything, so I have it on a Los Mandi saddle, you know, so I've got the rail here and I've got this Los Mandi clamp that it's sitting on. So I'm not sure if you guys can see because I can't see how
Yeah.
far I'm doing this or not.
Yeah, you can go down
no,
a
it's
little
And I
bit.
did get one of those. Okay, so go
There
down a
you go.
little. So I've got one of those. I don't know if you can see it. I did get one of those right angle. Like Scott, you were telling me, I got that right angle USB-C cable. So I did get that for the guy for my once. This is a 290.
Well, your
Nova ASI. You
hot
can see the
pink
anodized.
290.
Yeah, you can see how anodized everything is, you know, from it being outside. But no, then I started with the cable management using those zip ties, not zip ties, but the
Velcro.
Velcro ties. And it's got the Sato low profile 2-inch on here, along with this is the 2600 and the 7-slot here as far as from ZWO, and it's all nicely tied up, and the monster rail.
Yeah,
This thing is
I was going to
insane.
comment on that. That's like, I mean, you could go canoeing with that thing.
Insane. I know, right?
Yeah, that's
This is
great.
how
No, I
long
need
is
something like that.
yeah. How long is this, Dan? Like
That's the
915?
975 millimeter.
Oh,
So it's
this
like
is
Is that from
insane.
Prima
31
Luce?
inches or something like that.
Yes, yes, it is. It's from Prima Luce.
And that's not even the
Yeah.
longest one. That's not even the longest
No.
one. They're now making 1100 for the 14.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's nuts. So, you know, I've got the trash can, you know, aluminum dew shield here.
Yep.
And this is actually the Wanderer Astro flat panel that we mounted under it with the so with its dovetail attachment, because there's an attachment here I'm sure that we have that I'm not sure if you can see that it attaches to the dovetail of the Prima Luce dovetail. And yeah, and there's everything else.
Cool.
So getting the cable
That's really
management, you know,
nice.
everything nice and tight, zip tied, you know, tied up. So it's nice and pretty, you know. So
Yeah.
people, you know, when I get this thing mounted, people can stop complaining about, hey, look at look at your cable management. Your cable management sucks.
Yeah, well, you know
I
what?
went-
I got my GT81 cable management all set up and nice and everything, and I put it on the mount, and I ended up snagging my power cable and ripped it out.
Yeah, it happens.
It happened.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I mean,
one of the. No, go ahead, Sarah.
Oh no, yeah, you go. Yeah, go for it, Scott.
I was just going to say cable management. That's one of the things we're going to be working with, you know, with AstroWorld telescopes. We're built. My wife and I, she's building the stuff, but we're putting together a custom cable setup. So you'll be able to get high end shielded cabling that has all of the relevant, you know, connectors with their corresponding right angles, right angle left, right angle right, up, down, you know, and you can build them, you know, to exactly the specs that you need. So you want a 23-inch long cable, you can get it, you know, and so you can literally custom fit your cabling to your rig. No more wrapping things up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
that's-
plus.
Yeah, that's great. I
Yeah,
know. Yeah,
That's
cable.
coming. We're working on it.
Otherwise,
Boy, let me tell you, we were noodling hard on that today, Dan.
yeah, cable management is just especially like with me, like if I'm just like testing stuff out, I just don't even. I know that I should be better about it, but you know what? I just let other people have that badge of honor, and I'm okay with it.
It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time and effort, and
Yeah.
ideally, you have the time out on your mount, and you know, it's labor intensive.
Yeah, it's a love language for some, and I'm happy for them. Like I aspire to be them, but I also just know that I'm just, maybe I'll evolve and I'll ascend, but right now I'm where I'm at.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
Sarah, it's a lot easier too if you have a permanent setup where you're not
Yeah.
having to
Oh,
bring it in and out every night, or
Mhm.
so that makes a big.
totally. Yeah, and
Well,
I totally get it that way.
ultimately, what I'm hoping we can do with people with this is to create a cabling system that allows you to bundle the cables into conduit and
Hmm.
label both ends, so that
Mhm.
so if you are in a mobile setup, you'll be able to unplug everything, take your entire cable management setup, all of your cables in one or two bundles, put them in there, and when you want to reset up again, everything's labeled, you're ready to go, it's at the right lengths, you just plug things in and you rock them.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
fantastic. That's something that we really do need.
Yeah.
That's what we're
Yeah.
working on.
Very cool. I look
So
forward to it.
Colored electrical tape works really well. So if you have
Absolutely.
multicolored electrical tape, and green is your focuser, red is your mount, blue is, then you can conduit it, and you know which colors go where. So,
Unless you live down here in Florida, and then it all melts off and falls on the ground.
well, in that case, you use colored zip ties. And you put one
Exactly.
zip
That's what we're
tie
going for.
around each end of a
Yep.
different color.
We're looking for the zip ties that have the little tags on them, so that you can use a Sharpie, and and each one has got a little tiny half-inch or three-quarter-inch tag, and you can just write on it,
There you go.
and it's a zip tie.
There
Yeah,
you go. There you go. That'd
that's
be pretty
awesome.
cool. Now, Sarah, let me ask you this. I mean, because we talk about all of these things that have been coming out, and now we talk about these cables. That's gonna hopefully that will be something that's pretty cool. But lately, I don't know if you follow Queeve the Lazy Geek
Hmm.
and what he's been doing, but he did the Wanderer Astro electronic
Tilts.
tilt adjuster.
Mm-hmm.
You know what when it comes to innovations like this, where do you see things? What is your opinion on something like that, or what would you like to see yourself? Or if you had thoughts on this is what we could really use, or oh, I like this or like that. Do you have any because you do quite a bit of reviewing and stuff like that, so do you have any input on any of that as far as some of these things that have been coming out?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch the tilt adjuster, but I think that's, in theory sounds awesome, right? I mean, just I remember just having, even with regard to like a camera angle adjuster, and it being electronic, just that was like amazing to me. So when I got my Pegasus Astro rotator, I was like, oh wow, this is great. And so like the tilt adjuster, I'm sure is just like also just like really great concept. So for me, like I think that if they could make a cost-effective polar aligned, or like a electronic polar alignment mount, which I know that there is a company in Italy that
Yeah.
has that, but it's like pretty
Uh-huh.
expensive. But like that, I think would be like probably the innovation of the century. I mean, and that's to say
Oh
like
yeah.
that's if like smart telescopes don't totally like I don't think smart telescopes will ever overtake all of like these like more
No.
intricate rigs, but that being said, I do think like some sort of electronic polar alignment method would be really
Yeah.
cool. Like, and I know that would have to be hardware intensive, but if they could scale that, and whoever is willing to put up the R&D for it, like I think it would be pretty sweet. But
That would be huge.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
And make it as
that's
simple as autofocus. Click a button,
yeah,
it goes to the
yeah.
routine and does it. Boom, perfect, good to go.
Yeah, because like when I'm talking to folks that are just starting out, just like the concept of polar alignment is just like it's still just like freaks people out. I mean, that's for me like why I don't even like using like a regular star tracker. like without some sort of electronically assisted polar alignment tool, just because, well, for one, I wear glasses and looking through a reticle is just like, oh, I guess we all do. It's just basically like hell. You know, I'm just like, wow, like I really am so impaired. So I just I'm like, so that just sucks. So yeah, I mean, I just think that would be a game changer because yeah,
Plus,
that's for
you
me.
know,
What
they
about
don't-
you guys? What do you?
They
what do you
don't
think?
put those little polar scopes in the right position because I got to bend down. It hurts.
Oh
my
yeah, it's
back.
horrible.
You're sitting there trying
Yeah.
to adjust that thing. You're getting a prick in your neck. Your back's aching.
Yeah.
It's freezing cold in January. You're like,
Yeah.
There's
And it's
gotta
just like,
be a
is that even
better way.
Polaris?
No,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, is that even Polaris?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then you're like, I have to take a 30-second sub or whatever, and I'm just like, it's cold, or it's
Uh-huh.
just like, even if it's not cold, I'm just like, why am I doing this to myself? Like, so
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah,
it's
that's-
Can
horrible.
you imagine? Can
For
you
me,
imagine
what-
trying to polar align, do manual polar alignment in like a Bortle 1 or Bortle 2?
oh,
yeah,
No.
all those.
No.
and that's the problem. Is like you only have like 10 minutes max, as it starts to become darker out before you just get overwhelmed by the amount of
Washed
stars. And you're
out.
just like,
yeah.
well, yeah, you're just like,
Mhm.
well, I don't even. Why am I doing this? Like,
I quit.
I used Sharp Cap when I was in Nebraska, and it was awesome. It took me 5 minutes.
Yep, that's what I use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
I-
I mean, those
I'll
were
get-
I
game
mean,
changers.
You're
Yeah.
you're in a Bortle 1 sky, and you can't pick out the Big Dipper. You know,
no.
you're. I mean, the stars in a moonlit. I've been in Bortle 1 many times, you know, and so in a moonlit night, you know, or a moonless night, the stars are so bright that they literally cast shadows.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
wild.
Which is also
I mean,
amazing.
you
the fact that
cannot
it does
put
that.
words to it.
I agree with you, Scott. I mean, when I was in New Mexico, and Norm saying when he lived in New Mexico, so I totally get this. The stars were overwhelming. Here I am.
Yep.
I'm over in the Gila National Forest. I'm not that far from the Cosmic Campground, which is a definite Bortle 1. And I go outside and my jaw just drops. My wife comes in, I call my wife, like, Robin, baby, come look at this. And because it just got dark, and she's like, oh, holy crap. She's just totally overwhelmed looking at like oh my God. And it's like, and here I am, I'm like, how? And fortunately, I had my ASI Air and everything with my AVX. So I was able to do the polar alignment because it was plate solving and everything. So thank God for plate solving and all that stuff with Nina or a Sharp Cap or ASI Air, because I wouldn't know. I wouldn't be able to tell Polaris is there. It would have been impossible. So to do that, it was really, really nice. But when you are talking about a mount that does that polar, does automatic polar alignment, I mean, Dave, you were talking about this like last week or a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I was like, that would be
that would be so
automatic.
cool.
That's what's so nice about
Yes.
that tilt adjuster. It's like an autofocus. Run the autofocus, Nina and Hocus Pocus, and it looks at it, makes the right adjustments, and now your tilt's.
Yep.
It's like awesome.
Yeah.
Because trying to adjust tilt manually, I don't know if you've ever tried that, Sarah. You talk frustrating.
No, I don't even bother anymore.
No.
I go, Russ Croman, take my money and hit the Blur Exterminator button, and I'm okay with that.
But see, I remember before Blur Exterminator came out, I tried to.
Oh, me too.
And it's like, you sit there, you take a picture, you go, okay, you turn this screw and tighten everything up. Take another picture and you go, I turned the wrong screw.
Wrong way, wrong screw.
Yep.
It was horrible. I mean, I was doing Astro with film, so I hear you. So I mean, guiding with a reticle. I mean, yeah, did that.
Like Hubble did.
I actually took time away from Astro for many years because it was just so. Not only was it still the skies were horrible, right? You know, I'm still in New York, but I'm dealing with I mean, there was nobody to ask. There was no YouTube. There was nothing. You were working on all this stuff. Scope went into a damn closet for like 9 years, and that was it. And then once the LX200 GPS came out, that's when I started getting back into it, where GoTo was becoming more cost effective. And then an actual guiding program came out, a program called Guide Dog came out, and every time it lost a star, it would woof at you. Yeah.
Oh.
Super cute.
No, it was super annoying. Super annoying because you know what? The seeing in New York sucked, and every time you got to remember the sensors back then, they sucked too. So I mean, you were losing guide stars every minute. So you always woof, 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 and you'd hear it. Like, God damn it, got to go back. So they got to go refind it. It was
I don't
not
know,
fun.
that bong you get from PhD2 is annoying as
Oh, I turned that off. I don't even bother with that.
yeah, it's just.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh,
I
well,
mean,
you know.
but to your point, the technology has gotten so good, with making things easier as far as acquisition and processing for that matter. The technology is going. I mean, I don't know what do you think what next is, Sarah, as far as the technology part is concerned? Do you foresee anything kind of that coming up next? Maybe, I don't know.
Is it going to be a ways for that to mount?
Yeah. Yeah, especially just, to be cost effective to like the general public. It would probably, I don't know, 3 to 5 years on the optimistic end of things. But yeah, I think I mean, it's hard, right? Like, what user are we talking about? Are we talking about the beginner, or are we talking about kind of more of the advanced? If we're talking more of the beginner, I do think we'll see more advanced smart telescopes for sure. That's, yeah, I mean, just the fact that they've been so successful. Better sensors, just better overall design, and just the software upgrades as well. Like anything that can be like software definable or just software updated is great. So I think, yeah, better smart telescopes for sure. Like I think the fact that you can, for some people who just like, there's a whole hardware setup, and then there's like the processing part of things. And I think for the fact that you can just stack in an app, I know that you can do that with like the ASA Air, but the fact that in like a smart telescope and the app, you can just like stack right there, and you can even just do some light adjustments, and you don't have to do any of your own stretching. I think for a lot of people, that's just like a huge win, because like getting a data set and it being like completely linear, it's just like, what? Like, I know that can be a big hurdle. So yeah, smart telescopes for sure. And then other than that, I'm not totally sure. I think some companies are kind of going into different, they might be really accustomed to a certain domain in terms of like the products that they usually produce, but I'm kind of seeing some of them open up to kind of like what ZWO did, and like start to open themselves up to different types of products. It was a long way of saying that. What that yields, I'm not sure, but yeah, definitely more more integration across a lot of different components. I think the whole Apple integration model, I think people really like, but sometimes they don't, right? Like that's like the nice perk about Nina, is that you can use whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really think I answered your question. That was more of a stream of consciousness.
No, you did.
But yeah, what do you
smart
think?
telescopes?
You're fine. But yeah, I mean, because you've got the Tube Tech Stella Vita now that's come out. That's supposed to be the answer to that's the
open source,
as far as the competitor
ASI Air
direct
killer.
to the ASI Air. Yeah, because you can utilize different brands in different, different manufacturers' devices with that. I'm sure they're going to hopefully they'll keep growing that, but also to your point, smart telescopes are fantastic for the right person, especially for your novices and stuff like that. I recall you did maybe it was like a year or two ago, you did a review on the Dwarf 2.
Yeah.
And the 3.
Um,
Didn't you do a 3?
Did you do it on the 3 as well? Or just a 2?
No, I'm actually working on that right now. I should have mentioned that before. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm doing. I don't know why I didn't mention that, but yeah, doing the Dwarf. I've had the Dwarf 3 for like a year now, but I've just had so many other projects going on. But yeah, I mean, the Dwarf 2, that was like kind of like before it really. I think the smart scope revolution kicked off. So when I was reviewing it, I was like kind of nervous because I was just kind of like, I mean, I saw the value in that. I mean, there are a lot of people that, I mean, firsthand, I know how difficult astrophotography is across the entire spectrum. Like, no pun intended. It's like, it is a difficult thing. I mean, you have the astronomy, you have the photography, you have the processing. It's insane. But then also just like the accessibility in terms of like just the physical limitations that, you may have, like in terms of if you don't have a backyard, or if you can't go to dark skies very often, or if like you're physically like you just can't lift stuff that's super heavy. Like that, to me, it was just like a very accessible tool. And so yeah, I think smart telescopes are great for so many different use cases in that way.
Yes.
Have you reached out? Have you done any outreach with the smart telescope? Do you have any like nieces or nephews? Or usually people that have kids talk about their kids, and I haven't heard you talk about kids, so I'm assuming you don't.
I have 2 stepkids, but no.
Have you done anything with children with the smart telescope?
I have not actually. I actually, surprisingly, like, I mean, I've showed them before, but they're like in their own world a lot of times. But yeah, I mean, just being totally frank, yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, I know kids like that absolutely love them. I mean, just the fact that they're app enabled and you can just do so much with them. So yeah, I mean, those are just 2 data points, but certainly can't extrapolate that to the rest of the population.
Right.
Right. Now, you're working on the Dwarf 2 because we actually had Sue from Dwarf Labs on
last week,
a couple
Right.
weeks ago, or last week.
Yeah, last Wednesday.
And that's why last Wednesday. And she showed us, she had a great demo of the Dwarf 3. And I personally think it's a great piece of technology because you can use it anytime, just not for night, but you can use it for day and do it for, you can do so many different things with it. So have you had you've had it now for a while. Do you use it, pretty universally during day, night? Have you tried different things during the day with it, as well as for night? So I'm kind of curious, like your take on it. I don't want, I know you're doing a review, so I don't want to, spoil your review.
No, it's okay.
but no.
No, it's all good.
Well, what have been your thoughts?
I'll tell you my secrets. Yeah, I'm here to give secrets away. Yeah, no, I mean, I've used it for like tracking. I think that the whole tracking, the algorithms for just image, like just object recognition is really fascinating. So the fact that that's gotten a lot better, even from kind of like the earliest iterations of the software that came out in the Dwarf 2, I just have really, I think that the object tracking is really cool. Not the plate salt, like not the, but yeah, actually surprisingly, like during the day, it has like pretty good specs. I mean, I've been pretty impressed. I'm not like a professional daytime photographer by any means, so
sure.
I can't say for certain like if it's just like amazing, but it's very clear and like pretty well resolved.
Have you done any solar with it? Have you been able to do any solar with it? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I loved it. That's actually my first. So that's another thing I like about smart telescopes, and I'm not appeared like I'm not paid by anybody to say this. I just think that smart telescopes also give you the opportunity to try different types of astrophotography pretty easily, because if like, and I think maybe you guys can attest to this, and if you can't, then just tell me and laugh at me. But like, a lot of us, we get into like one type of astrophotography. Like we're like, oh, I'm really gung-ho about deep space. need to kind of wedge yourself into being like, I'm only really kind of doing this type. And you might dabble like in a little bit of like lunar or maybe some other ones, but you kind of tend to stay in one camp. Whereas I think with smart telescopes, they really give you the opportunity to like, oh, you want to go image the moon? Sure, I'll just go do that. Oh, I want to, image the sun. I never even had a solar like filter before the dwarf, so that was like my first stint at solar, and it like really got me hooked. Granted, it's just like ND, I forget, like ND something something.
It's like a
but
like a white because it's like basic just white filter.
Yeah,
solar.
Basically, yeah. And I used it for the total solar eclipse with Nico, and I don't know, it was great. It was just really cool, and it got me totally hooked on solar. So yeah, and I don't know if I would have ever really tried it, or at least in the time span that I did. Yeah.
Now,
what about you guys? How much experience? Oh, sorry, Rick.
No, I was gonna say, does this give you the opportunity? Are you thinking about, when you use the dwarf and you did the white filter, solar imaging? Does this give you an idea of maybe if you want to go move into, doing some HA solar imaging?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I since like last year, like I wanted the Quark little Daystar eyepiece.
Yeah.
H alpha. Yeah, I'm like, it was so small and so cute, but I'm just like, having to choose between what to buy. It's still on my list, so I am taking donations as well for that. So I'm just kidding. Even if someone,
I love it.
even
We're
if
gonna
someone
do
like
a GoFundMe for
me.
Sarah's next project.
No.
They get a pretty penny for the work. Those cute little
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even if someone gifted it to me, like I wouldn't even be able to take it. I just cannot. Like it's too nice. But yeah, no, I think it's so fascinating. I mean, the sun is like the most dynamic celestial object that we can actually see, in the sense that it's as close to us that we can actually see it change pretty much in real time. There aren't very many, celestial objects out there that we can like actually resolve that amount of data or detail in that,
and it's
in that amount of time.
changing.
Yeah, I think that's really cool.
Different. Look at it 1 hour, it's different the next hour. It's just,
yeah, I would love to see all the different changes that go on in like an emission nebulae. Like that would be amazing. But like,
Yeah,
unfortunately, like I don't have that big enough telescope, and yeah. Until then, I think the star that's at the center of our solar system would be pretty sweet. What about? I mean, yeah, and Dan, you said that you're gonna start selling lunts, or was it?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
I just became a lunt dealer last week. Hopefully by the weekend I'll have the products up, not all the pictures, but the lunt products will be up. So that should be cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Little different price point than a smart telescope, though.
Yeah.
Slightly. Yeah.
Slightly. A little bit.
Just a little bit.
You're going to be able to resolve a lot more with a lunt, though, than a smart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The nice thing about the smart telescopes, especially the dwarf after Sue last week, they encourage you to set it up in equatorial mode. They, and it just seems like for the size and everything. I mean, I go to the Dominican, and the skies down there are beautiful. But I mean, I don't have anything I can really travel with. Something like that. That's easy. And, I get a couple of good nights while I'm down there. Might as well set it up and let it roll. It's kind of cool.
Well,
totally.
I mean, my camera, you're talking about terrestrial photography. I've been a photographer for 22 years, and but my camera bag, I got my camera bag sitting right here. It is literally I would say at least 3 times the size of the dwarf bag.
Right.
Yeah. Literally 3 times the size. And I mean that I can't wait to get out, and I'm biting my tongue on a lot of this because I don't want to be the one reviewing it. I want my wife and my young son to be doing it. Because you don't want to hear another, astrophotographer who runs huge rigs, reviewing this stuff. You want somebody that they don't know. They don't really know a hell of a lot about it, you know. And
Totally.
how do they set it up, and can they operate it easily? And you know, I think that's something that's missing right now in the Smart Telescope review on YouTube. I haven't seen anybody that is, you know, reviewing this that doesn't really know what the hell they're doing.
Oh
You
yeah,
know?
I
So-
completely agree with you. That's like that's the threshold that you really want. Like that perspective
Yep.
is how easy is somebody that's a complete novice, like has no contextual background at all.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
what's their experience? Like that's like I agree with you. It's like the real test. So yeah.
Well, you know, and we
got a
talk
few
about
comments here.
we talk about the latest innovations and what's coming next and so on and so forth. You know, a couple of times we've been talking here, we mentioned things like plate solving, you know, and you know, the star tracking is now. I mean, a lot of people know that Edwin Hubble used to track on stars manually from Wilson. You know, he would sit there all night and track on that star, moving it, you know, up, down, left, right, you know, manually. I mean, we got it easy.
Oh,
You
we
know?
totally
We got
do.
it easy.
Yeah,
You know,
we really do.
But here's the other one. You know about the thing about plate solving. Nova, the PBS and Nova, they did a series a few years ago on the history of plate solving and where it came from. And now I don't know if any of you guys, or ladies for that matter, you know, have seen the recent movie Hidden Figures.
Yes.
Have you seen?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's
About the
story
mathematicians.
of the women and the women computers at NASA, right? Well, that same kind of story applies to plate solving. That we owe all of that plate solving to these dedicated ladies that literally sat painstakingly over these glass plates building these libraries.
That's amazing. That is so cool.
All of everything that we do is due to their blood, sweat, and tears.
That's incredible. Yeah, I love Nova. So I mean, just that story alone is incredible. I'm totally gonna look it up. Thank you. That's so cool.
Yeah, I'll make sure you get the link before but you know, before we separate here, you know, after
awesome.
you know, the show's over. I'll make sure you get it.
Thank you.
But yeah, no, that was I love. That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite movies when it comes to space. You know, Hidden Figures, Interstellar, but Hidden Figures, talking about these ladies, these black women doing this. I mean, especially Katherine Johnson. Oh my God, you know, and
Brilliant mind.
I think it, brilliant mind.
Insane.
And it just amazes me, you know, how just despite everything, how they persevered through this and they were able to accomplish what nobody else was able to do, you know, when it came, and they saved a lot of, you know, when it came to their calculations being so on, they saved quite a, you know, they saved NASA's butt, I think, in my opinion. You know, with these Mercury launches and everything, you know, so it's just like,
Mercury and
wow.
Apollo. Yep.
Yeah, Mercury and Apollo, but yeah, because things started out with Mercury, then you went to Apollo. Yeah, and Gemini. But it's just, that's what it is. And you had Dorothy, I think it was Dorothy, she teaching others how to use one of those new, it was just this new computer, the IBM, that just this massive computer that was just took up an entire room. It was punch cards, and she was the one teaching others how to use this. It was just
how to code in Fortran.
Yes.
Fortran.
It was awesome.
I had nightmares about Fortran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's incredible. I mean, like, I just so much respect.
I mean, everything we do in what we do these days is thanks to the men and women, you know, that you know, from NASA and from, you know, Morton Thiokol and from Lawrence Livermore, you know, and all those fantastic scientists, you know, both men and women, we owe all of it. I mean, you think about, you know, what Hubble has given us, even though it was a disaster for the first couple of years, but once they got it fixed, you know, the legacy that just that telescope has left us.
Yep.
It's incredible.
Changed everything.
Yeah, we've learned so much just because of that thing.
Yeah. Oh, it's. I mean, I can't wait to see what the next thing is.
What was that, Sarah?
Kevin mentioned something. Sorry.
She was.
I was just saying, I can't wait to.
Saying.
Oh, I was just saying I can't wait to see like what else like is on the horizon in terms of just like you know there's humanity before and then there's a humanity after, like what those pivot points are, like Hubble, for example, and all these incredible scientists. And so sorry, go ahead, Eric.
No, because Kevin mentioned, you know, we're talking about innovations and new technology. Kevin mentioned that he was really impressed by the Pegasus Astro Smart Eye. Have you had a chance to see it, or you know, look at it online, or demo it yourself? Because that was also Richard Wright, who we've had on the show. He worked on that as well, and I've had a chance to see it when I was at NEAF. But what have you had a chance to, you know, check it out? You know, look it up and see what it's all about yourself. And what was your opinion on that?
I have not. I think it's a really neat concept, and I'm surprised it wasn't something that was created sooner. I think it's really, really cool, but I can't speak from personal experience. But interested in hearing what your guys' thoughts are.
Yeah, I mean, it uses a 533 sensor, color sensor. It's basically like this big 2-inch eyepiece that you just slide into your, into your OTA, into your diagonal, what have you. And you run it, I believe you run an app from it. You can run an app from it, and it live stacks, it does everything for you. And you just get these awesome images. You can just look right there. And the cool thing is that unlike, you can actually use your own equipment, I guess, is for one thing. You can actually just take your own OTA and all that stuff, just your own setup, put it in, and you hook it up, and it'll help with go-to and all of that stuff, I believe, as well. And I think it was really cool. So I agree. It's one of those things that is just impressive.
Does it act like an on-axis guider as well to guide your scope? Or?
I know it can help you.
Still need to guide and do all that.
Yeah, but it's more, because it's more, it's almost like it's a replacement for your visual eyepiece. So I think you can still guide, do separate guiding or what have you, but it's more just, I think, for outreach and visual astronomy in a way, or EAA in a way, that you just take these quick shots and it just does this live stacking, and it just tracks based off of your mount's tracking abilities. So I don't think you can do, I don't think it does any type of auto guiding on.
No, it's just a smart eyepiece, and basically, well, it does a stack. It does everything that you said. It works with the 533 sensor, like you said. You can put an SD card in there and save the individual images to be processed later. In any way. The thing that I see, I mean, I've actually looked through it at Starfest Canada last August, and it was pretty cool. I gotta say, it was a pretty cool thing. They actually had it hooked up to the Helios star, and you're doing live solar imaging on it. It was pretty cool. And also at nighttime, we looked at, what did we look at? We looked at, it was last August, so I think it was like the North American, if I remember right. They had a nice wide field scope on there, and it was pretty cool. After like 10 minutes, I walked away, and they had it on about 20 minutes later, and you just started doing that live stacking and getting better and better as the time goes on, just like you would do the live stacking with your your C-Star or your smart telescope. It's the same thing, except you get the more kind of you're looking through it and you're not looking on a monitor kind of thing. I think the biggest um, audience that you're going to get from this is probably in the outreach sector, where you're able to kind of show people something and don't want to get people annoyed, like, what's that smudge? You get that little, that's the Andromeda Galaxy. Oh, now that's the Andromeda Galaxy. You look at this and now you're seeing through a computer pretty much, and a little monitor and an eyepiece. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think the only thing for me was it was just the price point of it.
It's
You can
expensive.
buy a 533 camera, put it on a laptop, and show people the pictures that they live stack on your laptop for not as much.
Well, one of the things that I did, and I agree with you, Dan. I think that it would be great for outreach. But one of the things that I did is, especially if you run like a computer, a Melee or a Raspberry Pi or an Eagle, that you can carry the HDMI signal down. And I went to Amazon, and on Amazon they sell a whole bunch of touch screens that are small, 12-inch. 15-inch, small little, and they're light. They weigh practically nothing, and you can get the mounts for them that will literally clamp to the leg of your tripod, so you can have a little screen right there on your tripod that carries the signal, and it's touch, so you can interact with your computer through a touch screen on your and it works similar to like what you would do if you were wirelessly in with an iPad or something like that. But it's dedicated, and it's a fraction of the cost of an iPad. I mean, you can get one of these little touch screens for $1.25. They're practically nothing. I mean, and if you damage it, or if it, who cares? It's easy to replace. It's not going to break the bank. But it really nice resolution, and it worked really well. I was really impressed. I couldn't believe how well it worked.
Nice.
It's a great idea.
Yeah,
It's a great idea.
Yep. You can hook it up to your Melee and have that because the Melees have the HDMI port, and then so you can plug it up straight up HDMI, and and away you go. So no, you were telling me about that. And it's touchscreen. Yeah. So you were telling me about that on Monday. I was like, that's pretty darn impressive.
I see quite a bit of danger with that, especially with outreach and a touchscreen and 7 or 8 year olds.
Little 7 or 8 year old hands,
and there goes the scope slewing and smashing. I mean,
that's a good point.
Yeah, you just want it high enough where they can't touch it. You know what I'm saying? In outreach with little kids, I might be proposed to get one that's not a touch screen. But the first time you get a telescope collision due to a 7-year-old being funny, I don't know.
Not funny, just curious. What's this button?
Now, Kevin just mentioned here that the Smart Eye does make a Wi-Fi hotspot, so anybody can use their own smartphone. And
I think you can connect up to 10
QR
people.
Code.
I think, if I remember right.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
pretty good for outreach.
Question. What were we talking about?
The Smart Eye, as far as Kevin was mentioning, because Kevin Rosso has one. So here he's mentioning here in the chat that it can emit a Wi-Fi signal to for a hotspot, and you can connect up to 10 people. They just scan a QR code, and then they can see what is being shown through the Smart Eye,
and they can just take a screenshot and save the picture themselves.
Yes,
that's pretty cool.
So that's pretty good, But yeah, they are expensive. I really hope a lot of these things that are expensive now, innovations will come from maybe from other manufacturers or their own, or these original manufacturers developing these. And they will learn maybe some from their mistakes or improvements and stuff like that. They get feedback from customers, and they'll make improvements, and they'll slowly get more cost effective, and a little bit friendlier for people. because yeah, the Smart Eye. How much is it? Is it 1,100, 1,200?
1998.
Oh, they're
wow.
up
Yeah,
that high.
see, almost $2,000.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
And
I didn't
they
realize it was that
just-
high either.
Well, they just raised it about 3 months ago or 4 months, actually. 4 months ago. Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 months ago, because of the tariff issues, and they raised the
Mhm.
price only in the U.S. market.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Wow. But yeah.
Sherry says,
But
my
yeah,
hotspot is on
2000.
Yep.
My husband.
Uh-huh.
But it's called "Don't Hack Me."
yeah, exactly. No,
It's a great deterrent.
Yeah.
Just set your password to
Uh,
all asterisks. That way it'll really screw up.
yeah, it's
Really
it's $2,000. It was originally $14.98 when it came out.
That's
what I thought. Originally, it was like $1,500.
Yep, it was $14.98 when it came out, and there was a U.S. price increase because of the tariffs, and only the U.S. price increase.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's not open up. Let's not move on to that. But moving on.
No,
we're
it's
not gonna go there.
No, I'm not going to go there. But we all know my thoughts on this whole situation. But and that's it.
Yes, that's
yeah.
it. So let's move on. But there was other, there were other innovations. I believe we talked about the Smart Eye. There was another one I thought that someone else.
Filters sure have come a long way in the last 10 years.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
filters have come crazy a long way. I mean, Dan, you said you're basically thinking of switching to Altair, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sarah, what do you use as far as the filters that you currently use right now?
Yeah, so I'm on the spectrum for sure. I mean that too, but the filter.
That's one way to put it.
But
yeah.
Yeah. So I have the SV which I know it's not the right way to say it, but
that's the way I say it. I don't know.
I was going to say,
I
is
don't
there
know
a right way to say
I don't know.
that?
Svaboni.
Right way to say it.
I thought Trevor figured it out or something in like one of his videos, but I digress. But yeah, I just didn't want to offend anybody. But yeah, so I had the SV220, the dual HA and O3 dual narrowband, great value.
Mhm.
But then I also have Chroma 3 nanometer HA, O3, and S2, and I wanted the whole range basically, and yeah, they were great.
Yeah,
you got the whole range there from the Svaboni to the Chroma. I mean,
yeah.
You got
entry level
you talked about the spectrum. You talked about the spectrum. You went from total entry level all the way up to, man, how much is that?
You know what's funny though? The worst part about me though is that I actually started with Chroma, and then I was like, let's try the SV220 because like I started with a mono setup.
You went the reverse way.
Yeah, I did basically everything the reverse way with Astro. I was just like, I started with like a very simple setup, but then I was like, no, I'm gonna be a really big masochist, and I'm gonna start with I'm gonna like go to and get like a huge telescope and like an equatorial mount because I was like, this tracker is just, I don't know, but let's just get the full thing.
Mhm.
And then I was like, let's do mono. And so yeah, I actually started off like seriously imaging in mono with Chroma and the 2600 mm. But then I was like, I eventually ventured into one shot color with the 26 MC 2600 MC, and then I was like, let's try this SV220, and I was like, you know what, it does pretty well. So yeah,
you went.
Appreciate
some people start in the kiddie pool. You just went to the Olympic size and just jumped right off the diving board.
I just went a full send.
I don't have any idea what that's like. Not at all.
I didn't think anybody here did. I thought it was just me.
My first scope was a 14.
Yeah, no, that's great. You're far. Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric, his response was, he did what?
He did what? Yeah. You just jumped right off the cliff, bro.
Just get it over with. Yeah, just
get it over with. Just rip the Band-Aid off and just go now.
Yeah, like if you can't get this, you can't know this.
I bought that SV Boney. Was it 260, which is like a multi?
Yeah, it's a quad. That's a quad, isn't it?
It's like a multi-band light pollution. It's
Yeah.
like it's so, and it's basically, and I put it on the front of my coma corrector on the Carbon Star, and basically shoot
Mhm.
everything through that. And then I have the filter wheel that does all my colors and broadband and narrowband filter wheel. And I've noticed a big improvement as far as gradient reduction and light pollution reduction. Just having that on the front.
Oh, interesting. So you use 2 filters simultaneously.
Yep. And the
I've
one in the
wondered
front
about
is
this.
mainly just to cut out that light pollution that I get in Portal 7. So, and it works. It works really well.
And there's no like glow or anything. There's like no.
Nothing.
Wow, cool.
Here, I'll
that
show
is
you.
so
So
interesting to know.
Let me
you've
let me
actually
share. I'll
stacked-
share my screen. Yeah, I stack them. I'll share my screen. I'll show you.
You stacked the filters and you were running. Wow, I didn't think of that.
I mean, rule of thumb is never do that. You know, that's
No,
Yeah, but then
but
you got. But
I've
you
seen
had
people
days
doing that.
where-
So there's my Pelican. Can you see that?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's an SHO with that filter at the very front of my. Okay.
And
Yeah.
and this
There's-
is you
there's my-
stacking.
Yep. There's my what do you call it? Western Veil.
Your veil.
Right? Yeah. And that's with the 80 millimeter, which doesn't have it. But,
Wow.
yeah. So, and
That's so cool.
you know, very little gradient. If I pulled up the the stacked, so I'll go to the Western Veil, do my green one since that would have the most gradient. So this is just the raw. Image stacked. So I mean there is some gradient, but it's
Mhm.
not bad for Portal 7 when the half a moon.
No.
Yeah, neat.
No.
And look at the
Not
signal.
bad at all.
That's from the green filter. 60-second exposures. I think I took 60 of them.
I was gonna ask,
So,
like when you mentioned that earlier about you using the green filter for this, like before we're
Yeah.
seeing what we're seeing here, but when you mentioned that, I was just like, wow, like, yeah, cool. It's really interesting to see it actually. That's amazing.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to test that because that's super cool. I've wanted to, but I know that you're just like not supposed to.
yeah.
But good
If it
for
works,
you.
it
They
works.
say, but it
Mhm.
works. And so here's
If it
my with
works.
the GT81 of the Cygnus, and you got Tulip, you got WR134, and then down here you
Yep.
got the Bow Shock from Cygnus X.
Yeah.
And that's about
Very nice.
18 hours worth of data. And I left the green in
Very
there for
nice.
you, Dan.
Oh, thanks.
Nice.
Because I know you like your green.
I'm slowly moving away from the green. I'm slowly, it's kind of like my
Well,
exit from CCD. I did it in stages, so I kind of like some green in my
But
stuff.
a true Hubble palette is going to have a little green in it.
But I like
Yeah.
just my way of expressing myself. I guess I got a little Kermit in me. So
Where did you say you put that light pollution filter, Dave?
at the end
Right
of the
in front
coma
of
corrector.
right in the front of my coma corrector.
Oh,
Right
okay.
in the front
You
of it.
just threaded it
Slide
on.
it in the barrel.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the only way I could do that with the 14 would be to put it in the filter slider.
Oh, I wouldn't do
Moac.
that in your situation. No way.
Yeah.
In the filter slider for
I have
when
a-
you have the
I have a-
Hyperstar.
The Moag.
No. I have a filter slider in
I wouldn't.
the Moag at the back of the
Gotcha.
scope,
Okay.
and then behind that is the filter wheel. But
Interesting.
All right.
Well, I know we're just about at time here.
wow,
So
time flies.
time flies when you're
Yeah.
having fun. You got Sarah, you're hanging out here. We got Sarah here hanging out with us. Time flies. It's like, holy cow, it's already 9:30. Like, wow.
Yeah, that's
least here in
wild. I
Eastern
didn't
time.
even notice.
It is. It's time flies when you're having so much fun.
Yeah.
Just to let everybody know, there is no image of the week this week. We did not get any entries this week, so
Can't believe we
That's
got
why.
no entries.
Boo.
That's a
Yeah,
first.
it's
That's
like
a
big
first time ever, I think.
boo. Yeah.
And,
So just like you know, Greg's not doing anything anymore. So don't be intimidated. Come on. You know, novices.
Well, like I said, I think people have just had bad
or
skies.
experienced. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that's honestly, I think that's what it's been.
with
I
the
really do. I agree
smoke
with you
and-
there, Dave.
Yeah.
It's been smoke. There's been rain. It's been ridiculous. I mean, you've got tsunamis coming in. So yeah, weather's been nuts. So yeah. And Tom said eat in church, so I'll have to take a look. Or Tom, I may just if it's okay with you, because last time I looked, there was no entries. So I'll have to take a look at that, and we can just drop them in for next week. But let everyone know you're in your astronomy clubs, novices who are getting into astrophotography from your astronomy clubs. Don't let them be afraid, especially if we are giving everybody, not giving everybody, but giving you free money. Basically, it's gifts in the form of gift certificates from AstroWorld telescopes, so you can add more stuff to your rig. And us astrophotographers, we all love new stuff. We don't like the clouds that come with them in the box, but we all like the new stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, don't forget, next week we'll open it back up again, and yeah, just let everybody know about about image of the week, and go for it. Just get your images in. Sarah, thank you
hold on,
so
just
much.
one
yeah,
thing.
yeah, one thing. Yeah, we'll go for it.
So, Friday night, and Sarah, if you want to come and hang out, in the chat, that's all. It's going to be a Zoom this Friday night. So if you want to come and hang out,
that's right.
Multi-Zoom.
we're doing our
Lots of
first
people.
we're doing our first kind of community kind of gathering, so everybody's going to jump in. And I don't think anybody knows this yet. Maybe if you're following the Discord channel, but Sarah, you know what's up with Ben from the Narrowband channel.
Yeah.
So we were able to do a fundraiser all last month for Ben's family. And we were able, and we had some late entries that called me that wanted to donate some more. So we were able to get $1,225 for Ben and his family, which AstroWorld Telescopes is doubling that. So it's going to be about $2,500 going to the family of Ben, and Ben's going to be here, and he doesn't know what's going on. He just says, "Yeah, I'll come on and hang out." I said, "We're doing a Zoom. Come on." And we're going to present him with the check on Friday night for his family. So just a way to give back, and help one of our own, kind of.
Yep.
So I'm trying to get the word around on like under the cuff, kind of. So I'm expecting a lot of people to come on.
You kind of let the cat out the bag, because what if Ben's watching?
Ben's not
And
watching.
just not saying anything.
Ben's not watching.
Okay, that's good.
Um,
Okay,
At least you know.
know.
At least I hope he's not watching. But so he tends to lurk sometimes in the chat.
Yeah,
but,
it's been on.
Yeah, he's been on. But it's just something that I thought it would be a good thing to do for his family, and we're in a position to do it, so we did it. So that's what we're going to be doing. So if you want to come and hang out on Friday, you're more than welcome. He's going to come on. He's not going to be on all night. He's only going to be on he's still, dealing what he's got to deal with. And he's going to come on for about 15 minutes, maybe 20, and then jump off. But it's going to be about between 8 and 8:30. He's going to jump on. So,
yep.
So
yeah,
that's amazing.
Just to let everybody know that we will do the Zoom, and Dan, I will get the Zoom set up so you can drop it into the YouTube, into the video, so that way you hop on and then you'll see the link and you guys can join in and do all that stuff. So just to let you know, Sarah, you were saying?
Oh no, I just think that's wonderful, and just thank you so much for doing that. I mean, yeah, that's really, really amazing.
Yeah, it's a sad situation, and hopefully we could do,
Cancer
do a little something for the
sucks.
family. Yeah, it does.
Yes,
I mean, I don't think there's anybody out there at all that hasn't been touched by cancer in one way or another. And it's a shame that it's come to somebody so young with such a big family too. And
Dan, my neighbor, my dear friend who lives literally right next to me, right behind me over here, Dave, he walked over this afternoon and said, he told me, he said, yep, the thing I was telling you about, it's cancer.
Yeah.
And so it sucks, man. Cancer sucks.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it does.
Yeah.
I mean, it's rough.
But yeah, so that's what we're doing Friday night.
So
if you want to come by,
so
yeah,
it does suck.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So again, everybody who's here in the chat, don't forget. Who said it? Yeah, Norm said this ought to be a show. I'm not gonna. He's like, this should be interesting. Having everybody, everybody come on. We are going to, we're going to manage it. We're going to manage it the best we can. There's going to be some protocols in place and stuff like that. But yeah, we're going to, yes, we're going to try to do this, we're going to try to make this as smooth as possible. So we're doing this every second and fourth Friday, and moving forward, because one, we thought it'd be, people have been asking for this, for us to do something like this for a while. So we listen to you, sometimes.
I blame it on Newman.
Fabulous way to educate people, have people come in and they, that maybe they're new and they've got questions. How do I do this? How do I do that? Not that we're going to take an hour on a single question and all, but we'll be able to address some questions. How do I set this up? How do I polar line? What was my first steps? Those kinds of things, and to be able to interact with people directly, instead of in disembodied chat, which works well. It works as well, but still, there's something to be said for that eye to eye.
Yeah, and sometimes the chat scrolls up and we'll miss a question,
and you miss it completely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
All right.
So get ready for that. It should be very interesting, for our first ever, big mass crazy show like this to have everybody on and just hopping on. It's going to be nuts. You thought Astropalooza was nuts. You thought we were crazy about that, doing that for like 10, 12 hours. Wait till you see this.
By the way, Sarah, I expect you to be on again this year.
As long as I'm kicked off.
Nope. I'll make sure. I will make sure that doesn't happen this time. I promise.
It's okay. It's funny.
She was talking about all those cool, like ancient telescopes.
I know.
Exactly. She had this great presentation.
Wait a minute, I was.
And it was click.
It ended just like the last Sopranos episode.
Yeah. That's not too bad. Go out that way.
Just don't end up like Tony, okay?
Yeah, gosh, no. But again, Sarah, thank you so much for coming on and hanging out with us. It's you're a treat to have on. We love watching your videos. I can't wait. I can't wait to see your next ones. Looking forward to it. Do you have any final thoughts?
any last words?
Yeah. Any pearls of wisdom?
No, I just want to say thank you so much for having me on again, and it's really is so much fun to talk with you gentlemen, and Scott, it was really nice to meet you. Yeah, it's just so nice hanging out with you guys. It's really fun, and thanks for all that you're doing too.
No, thank you. I mean, you do a lot more work than live shows are easy. We're done in an hour and a half with no editing, no nothing. You know, I know what it's like to edit videos, and it usually takes longer than actually making them. And thank you for what you do, and for the entire community. You do a great service, and I know it's a labor of love, but you know, it's definitely you know, sometimes it could you know, pull your hair out doing it. But you know, so
no,
so don't forget everybody to go see Sarah on YouTube at Sarah Maths Astro. Do you also have do you have a website as well, Sarah, or is it just a YouTube channel?
Yeah, it's on her website.
Yeah,
it's on YouTube.
Yep, it's sarahmaths.com. It's not as updated, but trying to update it more. But yeah, you can find me on my website or Instagram or wherever. You can email me.
Right on.
Very cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, sweet. Scott, any final thoughts?
It's fabulous show. It's you know, just to dovetail what I was saying at the beginning of the chat, you know, that we you know, we live in a desert, you know, where ladies are concerned in this hobby, and it's such a pleasure to you know, to have you know, a young lady that is passionate about what she does, you know, and it opens the door for a lot of other ladies to come on into this hobby, because you know, we got way too many old dudes, way too many.
Yeah. That's all I can say.
If I only had my Picard palm face meme, you know.
Exactly.
I know. Dave, any final thoughts?
Yeah, thank you, Sarah. It's good having you back on.
Yeah.
Always nice seeing you, and hopefully you get some clear skies in your new abode, and you know, start doing some pictures and processing, and maybe you can share them next time we see you.
Yeah, sounds great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, same to you. Thanks for sharing too your images and your innovative filter methods. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Just so everybody knows, and 8/20, which is 2 weeks from tonight, we have Thomas Palmer coming on. He is the one that created the target scheduler for Nina. He's going to be coming on and giving us a rundown on that. The following week, Nico will be on with us, hanging out with us. And then 9/11, which is 2 Wednesdays after that, we'll be having Steve Malia on from Starfield Optics, you know, up in Canada. So we got a lot of guests coming up. Sarah, I can't thank you enough for coming on again. I appreciate it, and you know, it's always great having you and chatting up with you, and looking forward to Astropalooza in December. So
It'll be fun.
yep, absolutely.
Don't forget, everybody. Also, we have image of the month for July going on.
Yep.
So don't forget to go astroworldweb.com/IOTM for image of the month, and don't forget to vote. We have that up for a couple more weeks, and yeah. But until then, again, Sarah, thank you so much for hanging out with us. It's always awesome. And for everybody else, we'll see you guys on Friday. So keep imaging, keep educating, clear skies, and we will see you guys on Friday for the big Zoom event. So talk to you guys then.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.